Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share my book haul for the month of January. I am trying to reduce the number of books that I am bringing into my house and actually adding to my TBR, and I think I did pretty good. So you be the judge down in the comments. So two books that I'm not, well actually a lot of books that I'm not adding to my TBR, but I bought are Winnie the Pooh by 𝒎𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒔. I bought this at the book exchange for $4 in credit, and I just loved the little illustrations inside, and it has in text illustrations, and I just thought this was so cute. And I actually bought this book to use in my junk journal. Like I was going to tear this out and use the illustrations and the pages and the words, but like it's so cute. I don't want to rip it up now. So am I ever going to read this book? No, but it's so cute. So now it's just a book that I have. Another book that I bought that I have no plans to read anytime soon is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. I've never read Magnolia Parks. I don't own the book. It's not on my wish list, but the book exchange is like a thrift store. If you see something, you need to grab it, even if you think you might use it or read it one day in this case. This was $8.50 in store credit, and I was like, well, I may or may not read Magnolia Parks in the future, and if I do, it would be nice having the second book like for free, like already sitting on my TBR. So is that stupid? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And I possibly could read this out of order because I think Magnolia Parks is like her own character and her own story, and then Daisy Hates is kind of like her own character and her own storyline. And I hear that this takes place at the same time as Magnolia Parks. So maybe I could technically read this. If you're a Magnolia Parks girly, let me know. Let me know if what I'm saying is true or if I'm making this all up in my head. And then if I don't ever get around to this, if this is still sitting around on my TBR at the end of the year, then I'll probably just go ahead and return it to the book exchange. Let's see, I'm gonna find a different place to put books. All right, the next books that I'm not immediately adding to my TBR, but I do hope to read these one day, are the Chronicles of Narnia. I got this awesome boxed set. It has all of the books. I'll take them out and show you. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the first book, and it says it was $3.95. Like, oh my goodness. So that's book number 1. 2 is Prince Caspian. Book number 3 is The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Book number 4 is The Silver Chair. Book number 5 is The Horse and His Boy. Book number 6 is The Magician's Nephew. Book number 7 is The Last Battle. And yeah, as you can see, all of these are in really great condition. They do have some yellowing inside the cover here, but I mean, the pages are still like pretty white. So, and they're in great condition because they've been kept in their box. I'm thinking that maybe after I finish with the Anna Green Gables series, which I'm reading this year, it's going to take me until August to finish reading that. Maybe next year I will challenge myself to read this series because it's 7 books. They're shorter, which I love. I've only seen the first movie, so I really don't know too much about the story, but I have been wanting to read more C.S. Lewis, and this I got for $10 in store credit, so I think that's a steal. Okay, so although those are the books that I'm not technically adding to my TBR, the rest of the books on this stack are. So I recently picked up Stop Calling Me Beautiful by Felicia Masonheimer, and this is the same author, I almost said artist, author that wrote another book that I read last year, Every Woman a Theologian, and this is Finding Soul Deep Strength in a Skin Deep World. And it's a Christian nonfiction book. It's pretty short. I am trying to read more Christian nonfiction this year, so this is one I'm adding to my TBR, and I'll be reading this one fairly soon in March. Then I went to my annual book club retreat in the Outer Banks, and we went to 2 island bookstores. They're both called island bookstores. They're just different locations, and I picked up 2 books. The first one being Symphony of Secrets by Brendan Slocum, and this is one of my friend Jordan's favorite books. Jordan from Sorry Booked Solid. She loves this author. I also have The Violin Conspiracy on my TBR, so maybe I'll do an author taste test and read both. But I thought I had this book on my TBR, but it was just The Violin Conspiracy. But yeah, Jordan was on my podcast recently, and we were talking about books with like codes and riddles and ciphers and, you know, games, like all those type of things. And this one has those aspects in it, and I didn't even realize that. It says Professor Bern Hendricks has received the call of a lifetime to authenticate the long-lost masterpiece by Frederick Delaney, arguably the greatest composer since Beethoven. Back in 1920s Manhattan, struggling musician Freddie Delaney meets Josephine Reed. Josephine is living on the streets, sneaking into jazz clubs, and writing every genre of music. It's clear she's a natural, and Freddie convinces her to work with him. In the present, Byrne teams up with tech-savvy Ebony Washington, and the two begin to uncover clues indicating Delaney may have had help composing his most successful works. Caught in the crosshairs of a powerful organization determined to keep its secret hidden, Byrne and Ebony will move heaven and earth in their dogged quest to discover the truth about Josephine's legacy and right history's wrongs. So there's some decoding of these compositions and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the bookstore that I went to. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this one and report back to Jordan and let her know what I think. And then I also picked up this copy of Starfire from the Teen Titans comic book series by Cami Garcia. I've really, again, been loving this series. I have read Raven, which was the first one, and then I read Beast Boy and really enjoyed it. And I have Robins on my TBR, and now I will have Starfire. And so I will probably be reading this in March because Let's Get Graphic is coming back at the beginning of March. Stay tuned for all of the details. I will be posting those on my community tab and on Instagram probably midway through February. So yeah, stay tuned for all of the details, but I'm so excited. I didn't even know this was out. So when I saw it, I was like, it's definitely coming home with me. So yay. All right, and then I have a couple of book box subscription books. I chose Unromance from my Aardvark Book Club box by Erin Connor, and I just love this book cover so much. I love the diner neon lights. It looks tailor-coded. This was the little card that they sent, and you can like design a bookmark. And then this is their bookmark of the month. It is thicker than their normal bookmarks. And it says, a recently dubbed TV heartthrob enlists a jaded romance novelist to ruin romance for him, one rom-com trope at a time, so he never gets swept off of his feet again. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, hopefully in the month of February. And then from Book of the Month, I chose A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. And this one says, a whirlwind romance. When Theodora Scott McConnor, wealthy, charming, and member of a powerful Dalton family, she fell in love in an instant. 6 months later, she's brought to Idlewood, his family's isolated winter retreat, to win over his skeptical relatives. But when she gets there, she realizes she's been there before, and there's lots of secrets being hidden. And yeah, wealthy family drama, sign me up. Course, came with a bookmark, and it says pause for dramatic effect. So I'm going to be reading this in March as well, I believe, for the Sleep When I'm Dead book club. So yes, I'm looking forward to this one. And then I have 2 more books. I started a classics book club over on my Patreon. We're going to read 4 classics a year. I just started it this year in 2025. I don't know if it will extend into 2026 and beyond, but for right now, we are doing 4 classics. Probably more than 4, but I picked 4 classics, 1 for each quarter. It's called the Classical Quarterly Book Club, and the one that I picked for spring is the Enchanted April. I absolutely love this cover. I've never heard of anybody ever talk about this book. I just did my own research, and I thought this would be a really good like spring or summer pick, but I already had the summer pick picked out, so I was like, okay, spring, and with April being in the title. Let's see, it says beguiling, witty, and gently comedic. It tells the tale of 4 very different women who escape dreary London for an Italian castle in Portofino shortly after World War I. Yeah, I don't really want to know that much. Unlikely female friendship, newfound empowerment, rekindled love, unexpected romance. Like, it sounds like, okay, let's do it, you know, and it's short. So that also helps. Yes. And then the last book I received from my friend Angel, and it is The Last Party by A.R. Torrey. I've read quite a few books by this author. Let's see. I have read The Girl in 6E, Do Not Disturb, and If You Dare, Every Last Secret, The Good Lie. And I think that's it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to jumping into this one. 23 years ago, a birthday ended in blood. It's about to happen again. What more do you need to know? An author you've read from before and enjoyed their books, a thriller, and that little tagline. That's all I need. So these are the books that I am hauling this month. Like I said, I have a couple that are not adding to my TBR and then a few that are, but I have plans to read them. So I think I did really good this month. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you've read any of these books and I should push them up on my TBR, let me know. But that's all for today's video. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave a blue heart emoji in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night. I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.